And basically what we're looking at is a generalization of how energy flow works in terms of epochs. Epochs are different eras or different paradigms that humanity goes through as we progress and evolve. So basically, I'll start from quote unquote creation. We don't know how long this has been going on because we lose track of history. So we don't know how long this DNA strand is. In fact, it could be a loop, right? It could be looping like that, right? And so we don't know how long it's been going on for, but we can recognize patterns, and pattern recognition is the most important thing when you're trying to look for truth, right? So from what we know that we were in a feminine dominated area, and now we're in a masculine dominated epoch, right? And we have evil on the left side, and we have good, or the perception of good and evil, right, on the left and the right side. So this side is always ruling the 1D to the 4D, right? The 4D rulers, the royals, right? If you've been keeping up with the frame, the 4D royals are often in charge of 1D to 3D, right? And the matrix is the 3D. So during the Polarian epoch, the Hyperborean, Lemurian, these were heavily feminine. We had feminine rulers, right? And people think, oh, that was really good that we had feminine rulers. But actually, it was unbalanced, right? We always seek this. We always seek balance, right? That's how the energy becomes quote unquote good, right? That's when we're balanced. If we're not balanced, the more dominant force, which in this case is the feminine line, is always oppressing the masculine force in this case. So this was a long, long time ago. And we can date Atlantis at maybe 4,000 BC, right? Which, who knows if that's 3,000 BC, right? Like, who knows? Who knows, right? Anybody who's, like, says they know, for real, like, nobody has the full story. But let's just say it's around 4,000 BC. Some people even say it's really recent, right? And that all of this is, like, fabricated, right? But we won't get into that in this video because I'm just sharing the pattern, right? So we know we were in a feminine line, right? Especially during the Lemurian. The Lemurian priestesses were very powerful, and the masculine was very suppressed. And this had to do with the feminine psychokinesis abilities, hypnotic abilities, all of these spiritual abilities that are associated with the feminine were creating the power imbalance between the masculine and the feminine during this epoch, right? But as we go closer to the Atlantean, you see the feminine and the masculine merging, right? this is the Holy Grail, right? This is the start of the golden ages, right? This, I would say, is the golden age. This is the chalice, the fountain of life. This is the mountain shooting the blue beam, the Christ beam up, creating new life, right? And so during this phase, right, we switched from the feminine to the masculine line, where now the physical nature of the masculine was overpowering the feminine, right? This is physical. So the death through matter. So the death of the mother, right? And our lifespans were shortened after this golden age, right? So now in here we can call this the Silver Age. We can call this the Bronze Age. And now we are in the Iron Age. Bronze, silver, right? And then golden. And it always works like this. Golden to silver to bronze to iron back to golden. So since the time of Atlantis, we've gone through an entire cycle, right? But now we are in the masculine line, right? We see the need for the feminine to be integrated. And actually, in the middle of these, at the very apex, where it's the most polarized, that's when the Messiah figure comes in. This is when Buddha came in. This is when, this is what this middle point basically determines how this whole segment, how this whole epochs are gonna play out. Right? So the rise is the fall, and the fall is the rise. So what do I mean by that? What I mean, we can visualize this like this, with a circle. This is the timeline. And let me get a gradient brush. We have the middle here, separating, and actually let's make it a ring. Okay, so this is the wheel of life, right? We're going this way, and we're going this way, right? And how this looks is, here, let me just make this even easier. This is the darkness, fades, and we go into the light, right? And then we start the light over here. And then the darkness begins to merge in. Right? And this can be seen in the Kali Yuga, right? But there's a lot of things wrong with the Kali Yuga, to be honest. First of all, the modern day interpretations are secularized so that they have all of the dates wrong. Like, they think it's a 26,000 or something year cycle, and it's simply not that. Each yuga is maybe 1,000 to 2,000 years, 2,600 years, I've heard. But this is how, oops, let's go back to ink. This is how the cycles work. Boom, boom. So we have the golden age. We have I have to make 4 segments. Boom. Silver, which you can see. This is silver, right? Bronze. And iron. Back to gold. To silver. Bronze. And iron. So this is where we are now. Hold up. We're literally right here, right now. Let's make it Mercurian pink. Us, right? This is us. We're going into the golden age. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in here, right? As we transition. This could take 200 years. Maybe we started in the 1800s. Maybe it's tomorrow that all this happens. No. Yeah, so we're going through this transition right now. It's been a long time coming. But this is the cycles, and we can see this is masculine. This is masculine, and this is feminine, right? So like, we're integrating the blue. The blue is the Luciferic force, the Promethean force, the Sophia force. It's the divine feminine. And then over here, this is the Ahrimanic force, the Saturnian force, the masculine force, basically, right? So you can see, let's create that. Sorry if you hear some kids like playing around in the background, but yeah, we're entering this feminine line right now, right? We're actually entering that right now. Oh my gosh. Oops. We're entering this right now, right? So, yeah, anyways, that is what I wanted to explain in this video. And we'll talk about other things later. Again, with these epochs, these are just generalized. There was a lot of different specific, like for example, Indian, Persian, Babylonian, Greco, Latin, Roman, blah, 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 all those, that could have been one epoch, right? The Lemurian epoch could have had the amount of different cultures and transitions as this epoch, which is called the post-Atlantean epoch that we're in right now. And I would actually consider the post-Atlantean epoch to be from Atlantis, obviously, to maybe Babylonian. And then when the hijack happened, or like Greek and Latin and all of this, the church, basically everything after Jesus Christ, I would consider that a new epoch, but nobody has really coined a term for this new epoch that we're in right now, which is this one. This is post-Atlantean, and Lemurian, Hyperborean, etc. But I don't know what to call this. This is like cyber cyber capitalism. I don't know, like industrial capitalism. Like this epoch doesn't have a name, unless it does, and then you can tell me. But yeah, we're heading into here. But actually, first we're gonna be in this golden age. But again, what I keep going back to is we need to integrate the feminine, right? That's like naturally what's occurring. So it's gonna be no problem. All right. Until next time, peace.